Could you imagine that the woman I called aunt was the one poisoning my mother? It wasn't as if my mother hated her, but she knew what she was doing. With a patience so cold it took me 15 years to see who she truly are. I'm sure you want to know what transpired. Please hit the subscribe button, like and tell us where you're watching from. Now, let's dive into the story. My mom died 3 months ago. They said it was stroke. She was only 52 years old. At the funeral, Aunt Linda cried the loudest. She held my hand the tightest and said to me, "You poor thing," she whispered. "Losing your mother so young is so painful. But don't worry. I'll take care of you now." I should have felt grateful. Instead, I felt sick. That same night, I was going through Mom's things when I found her journals. I almost didn't read them. It felt like violating her privacy. But something made me open the first page. Linda called again today. She said she saw Martins with another woman at the mall. I don't believe her. I can't. But what if she's right? I can't wrap around my head why Dad left us at the age of 8, but now it is getting clearer. I read for 6 hours straight. I discovered a pattern. It was a sickness. Linda told me Sarah's teacher said she's struggling. Maybe she's not as smart as we thought. That wasn't true. I was on a roll. Linda says I'm gaining weight. That Martins probably notices. I should skip dinner. Linda mentioned she saw Martin's car near his secretary's house. Should I hire a detective? It was as a result of my mom's paranoia and jealousy that Dad left because he couldn't take Mom's accusations anymore. It was Linda who planted doubt, insecurity, and fear. She watered them and watched them grow until they strangled everything good in my mother's life. My hand shook as I turned to the final chapter of the journal. 3 days before Mom's stroke. She wrote in the journal. Linda said she heard Sarah telling her friends she wishes I was dead. That I'm embarrassing. I think my daughter hates me. I think everyone does. I'm so tired. I just want it all to stop. I threw up in the wastebasket. I couldn't sleep that night. I made copies of everything. And the next morning, Aunt Linda came to the house. She showed up in all black. Still in mourning, she said, "How are you holding up, sweetheart?" Then I replied her, "I've been reading Mom's journals." Her smile didn't move. But her eyes did. She said, "Oh? That must be hard." "Very hard," I said. "Especially the parts about you." She became cold because she knew my mom will possibly write about her. "And what did your mom wrote about me? That can't be bad." I was scared when she said that. Does it mean that she already knows about what inside the journal? She laughed. "Your mother had issues, Sarah. You know that." I replied her, "Issues you created. You told her Dad was cheating." "He wasn't." "That's ridiculous." Linda said, "I was trying to protect her." "Protect her from who?" "And you told her I was struggling in school." "Which I wasn't." "You told her I said I wished she was dead." "I wish she was here to prove that all what you read in that journal was fabricated," Linda said. I stood up and left her there. The cafe noise felt deafening. Linda set down her cup. When she looked at me again, the mask was gone. "Your mother had everything," she said quietly. "The perfect husband. The perfect daughter. The perfect life. She didn't even appreciate it. So you destroyed it." "I freed her from her delusions," Linda said. "She thought she deserved happiness. She didn't." "And why?" Linda's smile was ice. "Because when we were teenagers, the man I loved chose her instead." "Your father," Linda continued. "Martins and I dated first. We were together for 2 years. One summer then your mother came back from college. That's all it took. He married her. Had you? Built a life. While I watched and waited. It took years," Linda said, almost proudly. I knew your mother. Her insecurities. Her triggers. I knew exactly what to say. When to say it. And I watched her marriage crumble. Her confidence die. Her daughter drift away. I watched her break. She leaned forward. And it felt good. I didn't have to. Because my father was standing in the doorway. He'd been there for 5 minutes. I'd texted him before Linda arrived. Martins, Linda breathed. Linda, he said. His voice was stone. I recorded everything, Dad said. It won't hold up in court. I don't need a court, he said. I need Facebook. Linda's face went white. I have 3,000 friends. Your church group. Your book club. Your entire social circle. Everyone will know what you did. But then Dad did something I didn't expect. He sat down across from Linda. I loved you, he said quietly. Linda looked up. Mascara running. We were kids, Linda. 18 years old. I chose Catherine because I fell in love with her. Not to hurt you. If you had just talked to me back then. His voice broke. You destroyed 3 lives because you couldn't let go. Linda didn't say anything. Dad posted the recording that same night. Linda's husband filed for divorce within a week. Her daughters won't speak to her. The church asked her to leave. She's alone now. I visit Mom's grave every Sunday. I tell her everything Linda stole from her. And I tell her I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't see it sooner. Sorry I believed the distance between us was natural. It wasn't. They say time heals all wounds. But some people are the wound. They smile. They help. They act like family. And all the while, they're poison. Mom's last journal entry haunts me. I'm so tired. I just want it all to stop. Linda didn't use a weapon. She didn't need to. She used something deadlier. Time. Patience. And the trust of someone who loved her. My aunt destroyed my mother. Not in one moment. But in 10,000 small ones. If someone in your life makes you doubt yourself, question your worth, feel alone in a crowded room, pay attention. Because sometimes the monster isn't the stranger in the dark. Sometimes it's the person holding your hand at the funeral. Crying the loudest. While you bury what they killed.